just thought I would make a quick video basically just talking more openly and a bit more in depth about the post that I did last Friday, which was a little post-it from one of the series that I do about what I wish I'd known about grief. So I'm basically going to talk more in depth about this post-it note because I really don't understand why children or young adults or teenagers get viewed in such a different way to adults when they're grieving, because of course we grieve, but we grieve in completely different ways. And I think that a lot of young people or children seem to feel as though like their grief is dismissed and sort of forgotten about, or just not acknowledged in the same way as an adult would be grieving, because we seem to be labelled as not being able to grieve or to grieve in the set way that society think we should grieve. And really a lot of my issues, a lot of my struggles that I face now, I think stem from the fact that I sort of hid away and just tried to push everything to one side and ignore that my sister had died, basically. I just sort of wanted to move on and be the same person who I was before that. I just wanted to really talk about it because I know a lot of people do lose their siblings at a young age and sort of feel the same way as me, in that their grief is like dismissed or sort of overlooked just because they think it's completely different, when it really isn't. And really for me, I think it did sort of disrupt my whole childhood, because from the age of 13 I sort of had to grow up a lot faster. I had to deal with the death of someone very close to me, which I hadn't experienced really before, and it was someone that was a massive part of my life and that I saw 24/7 soon became someone that I never saw again. Don't let older people, which is sort of what I have found, tell you that you can only grieve at a certain point, or that because you were this young, oh you wouldn't have known this, or you wouldn't have known that, or do you remember things? You know, the question I get all the time is like, you know, were you and your sister close? Like, what kind of question is that? Like, of course we were close. Like, we spent the whole of our lifetime together until she passed. So I don't understand how people can sort of ask me that sort of question. But you know, I'm not the only one, because when I speak to other people, that's exactly what they get too, and they get such weird questions that you wouldn't ever ask, but for some reason we get asked. And of course I was close to my sister. Like, we spent our entire life together until she passed. So of course I have memories, of course I remember her. I mean, I was 13, I wasn't like a young child. I remember a lot of things. I remember all the holidays, all the birthdays, you know, I remember being at school, her being at college, like everything that a normal childhood would be, I remember. So I think this video is more, I want to just, you know, make it clear to everyone that please don't judge anyone from their age. You can be, you know, a very small child to a toddler, and then teenager, adolescent, young adult, like any age you are, you will grieve for the loss of someone very close to you. And you will grieve in completely different ways. There is no set way to grieve, like whatsoever. Some people may look at me and how I was and think, well, she wasn't grieving, like she was fine, she didn't talk about it, she wasn't sad. You know, she was a normal teenager that went to school and did well in school and got amazing grades, but really, on the inside, I was, you know, bottling up so many emotions that really I should have spoke to someone about, but just couldn't, because I didn't feel like anyone would understand me, or that no one even wanted me to talk about it, because it was an awkward subject to talk about, or it made someone else feel awkward or upset. So it was really just a case of keeping everything to myself, and I just want to be there to support people and to also offer some sort of comfort to those who are in a similar position as myself, just so you know that you're not alone. You know, there's so many of us in the same position, and we really need to encourage the conversation between us all.